5-Star Weekly. We made the playoffs. Is this the start of a magical run, or is this a stop on the Josef Martinez revenge tour? We're getting all that and more coming up. Before we get into it, become part of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube. Welcome to the show, 5-Star fam. I'm AJ, and Atl Utd have snuck into the playoffs against all odds. And wow, I mean, what a match it was against Orlando City. We actually will not review that match right now. You can check the post-match live reactions in the card above, or if you're listening on your podcaster, then or podcatcher, then definitely just go to our YouTube and check that out. But before we get into some of the news and the preview for the CF Montreal match, some much love to our loyal Patreon fam, most notably Gavin, Jordan, Niall, Andrew, Chris, and Nick. You guys are legends. But yes, let's get into the news and the kind of post-match kind of pressers that happened afterward. Well, Derek Williams, he was quoted as saying, "Whistle went, I looked over and they're celebrating, so I was like, F yeah." I looked straight to the bench and they said, "We're in." It was just a lot of emotions, relief, happiness, happy for Rob, the staff, happy for everyone. We just put so much into it, and yeah, I enjoyed how we got it as well. Yeah, to do it against the Disney Kitties, it was very sweet, especially with the very fortuitous VAR call as well. I mean, we got finally, the calls going our way. But he also mentioned, I was like, this kind of sums up our season, but then lucky enough, that's football for you. It's crazy. Things can change like that. It was, he continued, it was probably the most stressful 6 minutes or whatever it was in my life. That was actually Rob Valentino. And he said, I can't tell you at the time, but it was, whatever it was eternity. Before, Saba mentioned as well, before a game, we said we have to win our game, and let's see what will be in the other games. So we were lucky, and that's crazy, really. And Valentino also mentioned there's a lot of emotion. I feel a lot of joy for the people, the players, the staff, the people at the club that have had a tough year. And he continued on saying, I don't know if this vindicates it, but it just shows that you can do anything if you just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Keep doing your work. Stay resilient. Stay persistent. And Derek Williams also mentioned, I feel like the last 3 or 4 weeks we've been in the playoffs because that's how important the games were. In my head, I was playing knockout football weeks ago. Montreal, decent team. I think we can go there and win. So definitely amazing mindset there, and hopefully we can. But Valentino's sentiments were similar. He said, quote, it's really the same mentality because we came into this knowing that you have to win the game and give yourself a chance. And it's going to be the same in Montreal. You got to win the game and to give yourself a fighting chance to move on. When you write people off, it feels even better. And yeah, definitely pundits around the league wrote us off. We were, in the outside looking in, going before the game, and somehow with all the results going our way, with DC losing, with Philadelphia also, and as well, Charlotte kind of taking care of business for us a bit, and that really helped us as well. So all the the teams around us besides CF Montreal. But I think it's also this. It's so we've been playing a little bit better on the road. Stade Saputo for CF Montreal isn't exactly, I would say, a happy hunting ground, but it still is. At the Bends, we've been a little bit up and down, and so maybe on the road, I don't know. I mean, which we will mostly have to do besides one home playoff match versus Inter Miami if we are to advance. So Yeah, we are the lowest ranked in all of the playoff teams in the playoffs right now. So if we were to advance to the Cup final, we would have to play on the road. So it's something that we will have to do. And I mean, kind of the mindset, the way that we play, it is very much kind of set up for that. A lot more pragmatic than we've ever really been. But yeah, so moving on from that, some more bits of news. Brad Guzan, Rob Valentino made the starting 11 and head coach position for the MLS Team of the Match Day. Saba Lapsanidze, he made the bench. But yeah, I mean, Saba's goal, I mean, Pedro Amador, ooh, just a delicious flick. It was insane. But yeah, so they all made the MLS Team of the Match Day. Alexei Miranchuk, he made the or he is up for the MLS Goal of the Year for 2024 with his golazo versus Inter Miami. Of course, it was that left-footed curler to the upper 90. Brad Guzan, his save versus DC United is up for the 2024 MLS Save of the Year. And, I mean, yeah, a little reaction save. Really, really great stuff there. So definitely go and vote on the MLSsoccer.com website to help support our boys. But, yeah, the standings or the table looks like this. So Inter Miami, they of course won the Supporters Shield and somehow a Club World Cup position as well, inexplicably. But yeah, Columbus came in right behind them at 66 points. Cincy with 59 points. Orlando City next. Charlotte, who beat NYCFC, and yeah, basically as well. So they're in 6th. 7th is New York Red Bulls, and Montreal, of course, are in the 8th spot, and we rounded out at 9th. Of course, DC United missed out on that last playoff spot. Toronto as well, Philly, and Nashville, New England, and Chicago round out the East. In the West, LA Galaxy, they were pipped. Whew. LAFC on goal difference wins the Western Conference. But Real Salt Lake is in 3rd, Seattle Sounders in 4th, Houston Dynamo in 5th, Minnesota in 6th, Colorado Rapids in 7th, Vancouver Whitecaps in 8th, in 9th, Portland Timbers. I won't go through the rest of them, but San Jose looks to have secured the wooden spoon, unfortunately for them. But so that does it for the news, and it gets us to the mailbag. Just one question this week. We didn't really get to ask, really, but in the Discord it was active, and so yeah, they did. There was a question, rather, and Submachine OP asked ahead of time, should Rob Valentino be offered the permanent job rather than another candidate as head coach following the unlikely playoff charge? So, yeah, obviously Rob Valentino, he had it all against him. He had it all to do. And he somehow did sneak us into the playoffs. We did need a lot of help. And yeah, there were times that we did play a little bit better this season, but larger part, I think our, results kind of were still fairly similar to earlier in the season. Just a little bit more consistency with some wins on the road, which definitely is much better. At home, we're still not really doing what we need to, and the adjustments, I think, maybe just aren't quite there, where tactically, we still get kind of outplayed by and outcoached, unfortunately. I'm not so sure. Valentino, obviously, a great locker room guy, and I would love to keep him in the team somehow if he wants to, but I think he has at least proven that he can probably coach at a level and I'm just not sure at the MLS level, at a championship level, that he is quite there for us. And so, yeah, I would like to keep him in the team setup, but it is obviously a little bit awkward in that sense too, when he has pretty much been the coach for the majority of the year now. So, it's tough. I don't know if he should, but definitely, yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. But that does it for the mailbag, and it gets us to the match preview. And the match preview, or the match, is at 7:30 on Tuesday, October 22nd. CF Montreal at Stade Saputo, or Saputo rather. 9th in the East versus 8th in the East in the play-in playoff game. And the last match for CF Montreal, they won 2-0 versus NYCFC. So, yeah, definitely they're on a run for sure. And Josef Martinez, he's just as hot as they come at the moment. When he scores in bunches. And, I mean, he has scored a lot against us, unfortunately, with Inter Miami, with CF Montreal, and it would be definitely a bit strange. Basically, he has kind of a revenge tour that he is kind of on if he is to advance against us, because he plays us, he plays Inter Miami if he does. Obviously, if we play, if we win against CF Montreal, we will face Inter Miami, who are first in the East, and it'll be a homecoming versus Tata Martino and Julian Gressel, and also to another degree, it will be where we kind of did the business against them this season. We have been undefeated against Inter Miami, so there's storylines all over the place for the first round, officially. So this wild card game, also, of course, like I've just mentioned, has a lot of implications too. It's one game, and if we do take care of business, we will be playing on Friday, and that would be against Inter Miami away. But our previous match against CF Montreal, unfortunately, was a 2-1 loss on October 3rd, just earlier this month. And the last 6, we've only won 2, drawn 1, and Montreal have won 3 against us in that last 6. But I mean, this is a team that, attacking wise, for CF Montreal, they are a team that can put the ball in the back of the net. It's defensively that is a little suspect at times, but Josef Martinez has gotten hot as of late, and yeah, he is definitely carrying this team. They definitely have subverted expectations, where all the pundits thought that they were going to finish as low as 14th, 15th, and as high as 9th. Only one person, Frederick Lord, thought that CF Montreal were going to be in a playoff spot. But so many had written them off in the beginning of the season. But they, as far as this game, I mean, they do like to take a lot of long shots. They do attack through the middle with Josef Martinez. I mean, it might be a rotated 11 for them. They obviously did play on Saturday. So did we. I'm curious if we will as well. But it is going to be a thing if our guys can play in pretty much 2.5 days or so. I mean, it's really not a whole lot of rest, and so I imagine there might be a little bit of rotation, but definitely as far as the match facts going into this match, there have been over 2.5 goals scored in 5 of Atl United's last 6 games. So there will be goals, unfortunately. CF Montreal have scored at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches. So, that just further kind of doubles down on that fact. But unavailable for Atl United, very likely, unfortunately, is Edwin Mosquera. He has kind of gone down with a little bit of an injury. Xande Silva is not. He was part of the bench last match. Didn't see any playing time. I think it's probably pretty unlikely that he will start as well. But Quentin Westberg probably as well, likely out with the concussion protocol, he's been under for ages, it seems like now. But so as far as what I'd like to see Atl United do in this match, we have to be clinical. We have to finish off our chances. We have not been a team that has been very good in front of goal this season. We really need to shut down Josef Martinez. We have to figure out every which way that we starve him of service. Midfield also needs to join in on the attack. We need to figure out how to get Fortune, Schleich a little bit more involved and kind of win that midfield battle in possession a little bit. So it's not just where, we kind of don't get kind of overrun in the middle of the park. But as well, I think, we should probably shoot from distance. It's with their keeper, it's a little bit of a weakness as well. But getting into the box, we obviously need to play quickly. We need to kind of do a little bit of what we did against Orlando City and play incisively through the middle. So hopefully we can. But the odds are not exactly in our favor. So it reads so far that for Montreal, it will be a 42% chance, according to Bet365, of them winning. For Atl United, it will be 37%, but for a draw, it will be at 27.8%. So definitely, obviously, it will not be a draw. Someone has to continue, and I believe it will be just a kind of regular time and going into extra time. And, of course, if there isn't a winner, then it will go to penalties. So hopefully it doesn't go to all that. Hopefully we can settle it in regulation. But 37%, just a little bit under CF Montreal as far as the odds. So let's get into the predicted starting 11 then. And I'm thinking, obviously Guzan between the sticks, Lennon, Amador as the fullbacks. As far as the center backs, I think, of course, Gregerson, Williams. Gregerson did train on Monday, so that is a good thing. I think Schleich, Fortune are going to continue in the midfields with maybe a quick hook, maybe in the second half with McCarty and Muyamba to give some energy later on in the match as well. And, you definitely also have that, veteran presence as well and experience with them too. But into the number 10 position, obviously, Moranchuk, Saba, of course, as well on the wing. And Wolf did start last match. I think Wolf starts again. Kind of gives us a different look with, kind of a little bit more of a goal scorer. So I think we really need that. And, I think he did fine last match. So up top, is it Rios? Is it Tiare? I think we need that energy. I think we need to come out of the blocks hot. I think Tiare is the man for that as well. Us not changing too much after the Orlando City match. I think reward these guys with the starts here. So, but that pretty much is the preview, except for the score prediction, and I've got us with a 3-2 win. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of goals, and so, over 2.5, well, there's going to be 5 in this match, I think. And, you know, it's going to be a pretty back and forth. I think Josef Martinez does score, unfortunately, but, you know, maybe we are able to pull it out here and get that first round matchup against Inter Miami. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I think with this kind of shot in the arm, it really has really, I think, energized the team, and hopefully we can make a deep playoff run somehow. But if we do, it would be magical. So guys, that is pretty much the episode, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, should Rob Valentino get the permanent job if he leads us to a deep playoff run? Let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to what you have to say. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.